Hello, you lovely people, and again, welcome back. How old is too old for a Filipina to go with a foreigner? Well, I think that's quite an easy answer to that. I think it's how big or how much have you got in the bank? How big is your pension? Uh, because obviously, I think the bigger the age gap, the more of a chance that the relationship that you will be in will probably not be for the right reasons for her. Now, I'm not saying it's not a bad thing, but what I am saying is 18, 19, 20, 21 year old going with an older Filipina. Now, to me, that it just looks like, or I feel it was going to cause problems for you. No, I'm not saying don't do it. Again, it's not advice. It's just what I think. And the reason I'm saying this is because when I was fishing one time on the boulevard and this guy came along, I saw him walking along towards me. Oldish guy, he's walking, and he had a walking crooked over. And he's a British guy actually. And where you from? I'm from England. Yeah, where you from? Yeah, and he said, and I said, are you on your own? He said, no, no. He says, my girlfriend, it wasn't his wife. He said, my girlfriend is coming in a moment. She's just up there shopping. So she came, and there was two of them. And one of them was 16, 17 years old and had a baby. I thought, oh my goodness, I hope that's not his wife. Anyway, it wasn't, it was the other one. But the other one wasn't much older. I think she said she was 22. Now, this foreigner guy was like 70. I think he said yeah, he was 70. And he said, oh, meet my girlfriend. I can't remember her name. Didn't take a lot of notice, really. And he went to put his arm around her. And you could see she was like cringing, you know, maybe because I was there. I don't know, but that surely wasn't love. It surely wasn't love. That was purely there, or she was purely with him because of money. Now, the girl, I never knew who the second girl was, but I think it was a relation of his girlfriend. And I said to him, I said, is this? And he said, oh, she's staying with us. So obviously he's financing her as well and financing the baby. Um, Now, I've got nothing against this. I've got tattoos. I got tattoos, guys, so I've got nothing against body art. But both of these girls, homemade tattoos, the homemade ones being done with a needle and some kind of ink. Uh, well, mine are not homemade. Mine are, and I'm not being judgmental here, but it just didn't look good. And one of them had like a low cut top on, the tattoo was here, like a homemade tattoo. And there were many of them everywhere, and they just didn't look good. Some people might think that my tattoos don't look good, but at least mine were done in the shop, uh, and they just didn't look good. Anyway, I said, "How long you been together then?" Oh, he said, "This is the first time I've been over to the Philippines." Oh, okay. How long are you staying? Um, I don't know yet. I don't know. And I said, "How long have you been with your partner?" He said, "Oh, this is the first time that I've seen her in real life." He said, "But we've had a relationship, for I think he said 8 months." And I said, "Oh, okay." And these two girls went walking off down the boulevard, and I said, does she ask you for money like when you're in England? He says, well, she doesn't ask, but he said I send money, and you know, all is, I'm thinking, oh my goodness, you're being caught here, hook, line, and sinker, because there's no way she's in it because she loves you. Nowhere. It's just not. So I said, just be careful, mate. Just be careful. He said, no, no. He said, it's good. It's good. He says, like, I like the people around here. And I said, no, just be careful with, with your finances. And I said, make sure you keep your wallet safe. You'll keep it on you. Um, they come back along. We were talking about fishing because he used to do fishing in the UK. And anyway, his partner come along, and she said to him, and she could speak English, so quite good English as well. And she's, oh, we're just gonna go up to McDonald's. Can we have some money? Yes, yes, no problem. And his wallet and give her 1,000 pesos. Which is okay, I suppose. 1,000 pesos. And they were gone for ages. And he said, I said, I'll wait for them to come back, and then I'll go home. And this is just one story, guys. So he waited and waited. They didn't turn up. Waited. Then they come down. They're all laughing and giggling like teenagers. Laughing and giggling. He said, where have you been? And they're on the phones as well. They were giggling at phones. Maybe they were talking to other foreigners, because it does happen. It does happen. They just don't have. Some don't have just one foreigner. Some have many. And he said, "Oh," he said, how often do you come here fishing?" I said, "Yeah, I'm quite regular. This was last year during the summer months of the Philippines. So this was there last June or July." And he said, "I'll try and come back down and see you." I never saw him again. I don't know, but you got to think to yourself, guys. If the age gap is too big, there's an age gap between me and my wife, but it's not like that. It's not like that. You got to think. One of the best ways to test things. Is if you're in a foreign country and you're talking to one of these girls, and they ask you for money, just say to them, "Well, I haven't got a lot of money. I've on. I'm budgeting my money. And if they hang around, maybe that's good. But if they're gone, then you're saving yourself a lot of money, and you're saving yourself a bit of heartache as well. Just do that. I think that will be a way to see if the person that you're with is genuine or not. Tell them you haven't got no money. With me and my wife, I've never had money since I've been in the Philippines. I've got enough, just enough, but not enough where we can do this and do that. No, I'm one of the poor foreigners, really. If I'm honest, I am being honest. I haven't got a pension, as you all know. Not yet. I got to wait another 12 years. 10, 11, 12 years. I got to wait before I get my pension. So, of course, I have to work. And the salary that I get here for the company that I work for in America is neither here nor there. It's just enough for us. But, we can't go on lavish holidays all around the Philippines. And so I know everything is genuine. But I think the first thing I would do if I was meeting a girl, I wouldn't want to meet a girl of that age anyway. Too immature. I don't think you're going to have anything in common, especially when you see them giggling, like school kids. But that's basically what they were school kids. That's just, it's not real, guys. That's not a real relationship. It's really not. If you're happy with that and all what you want is a trophy, fair enough, if that's what you want to do. But whatever you do, guys, when you come out here, because many of these Filipinas, some look a lot younger than what they are, some look older than what they are. Just be careful of that age of consent. Just be very, very, very careful, because you could find yourself in a whole heap of trouble. You really, really can. So be very, very careful. Even if you need to ask them to show you ID or something like that, because the last thing you want is to spend time in a jail over here. That's the last thing you want. Nothing is worth that. Nothing is worth sacrificing your freedom over. It's truly not, guys. It's really, really not. Just enjoy yourselves when you come over, but just be careful what you're doing, and make sure the girls that you're with are old enough. If you're just coming over for a good time, have a good time, but again, make sure the girls are old enough at the age of consent and above. Because, like I said, you're in prison in the Philippines. I would imagine it's not a very nice place. No prison's a nice place, but I don't think being in jail in a foreign country is going to be extraordinary bad place. It's going to be. So yeah, just do. You know, you and I came here this time round 8 years ago. I didn't. I didn't come for a woman. I came just for like a vacation. I wasn't talking to no girls on the internet or anything, and I was enjoying my single life here. I was. I was going out to bars and I was meeting people. But for me, I kind of got in with the local people, and I joined an angling club here in Dipolog City. And so I was spending like a lot of time with the anglers, and they were taking me to their places, and it was good, really, really good time. So I didn't hang out at the bars too long. And also, guys, you got to think, if you're coming here for a lady, or you meet a lady here, think about where you're going to meet the girls. You know, I'm not saying all girls you meet in the bar, like bar girls, are bad. I'm not saying that, but just, have a bit of savvy about yourselves. I certainly wouldn't want to meet a girl who's in a bar all the time, or I met her in a bar, talking to different guys all the time. I certainly wouldn't want that. I think if you're coming over here, you know, meet a girl that's not a bar girl, because I don't think it's going to end well, and you're probably going to be a lot of money worse off. And or they'll stay with you because they continually be taking. I would imagine they continually be taking, and you've got to be careful of that. I mean, if you're happy with that thought that this girl's only there with you for your finances, then that's fine if you don't mind that. But for me, I couldn't stomach that. I just couldn't. It's not for me. And I don't like bouncing around anywhere from girl to girl. I've never been like that in my life. But that's just me. That's just me. And I would imagine there's better countries to go to, like Thailand. I think if you're just after girls, that's probably a better country. I haven't been there. It's just what I've been told from people. You see it on YouTube as well. So just, you know, I think, when you get older as well, that bouncing around is no good, from girl to girl. Find someone, settle down, have a good life, a happy life, and just find out if they there for your money or not. And as I said, there's a very easy way to do that. Just tell them, you haven't got no money, or tell them the money that you have, it's got to last you. It's budgeted. So you haven't got any spare money. If they stick around, brilliant. If they don't stick around, you haven't lost anything. Certainly money. And don't fall for this, I love you, I love you, I love you, messaging you, blah, blah, blah. And, have you eaten? And, make sure you take care of yourself. Don't fall for any of that. If they're too young, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, Filipinos are very, very caring people. My wife, very caring indeed. I can't fault. Really, I can't. The only thing I can fault sometimes is the cell phone thing, but I think that's, it's not just in this country. She likes a cell phone. Uh, normally uploading pictures of my son and doing things, like in the garden, running around and all that sort of stuff, and watching the Korean dramas. She loves Korean dramas, but it doesn't bother me. But that's the only thing I can say. But if I could change it, I'd say, Mira, don't watch these Korean dramas all the time. But who am I to say that? I'm not her boss. I'm the husband, but that doesn't make me a boss. We're both individuals, and like I said, my wife stuck by me when I've had nothing, and I'm not kidding. I've had nothing, and she said to me, Steve, it's okay. Don't keep worrying about your problems. Don't keep worrying about your problems. And that was the time I was getting visas and things, so there's always expenses. Now I've got my 13A permanent visa. There's not so many expenses. But guys, just be careful what you're doing. Yes, by all means, if that's what you like to do, then come over and have a damn good time. But like I said, just watch the ages. Don't get yourself, Epsteined, as they call it, and end up in a horrible place. Just enjoy your life, guys. You come over here like I did, I come over here with the idea of, I didn't know where I was going to end up, really. I said I was working in South Korea, I was working in Japan. Came here and I thought, I like the Philippines. Great country. Suits me down to the ground. The people are very friendly. They like a drink. I like a drink from time to time. They've just got a good and the most important thing of the Philippines, that they speak English. Of course, where you are, it's it depends on how good their English is. Where I am here, it's not too good because it's in the province, but in the cities, brilliant, you know. But I get by here, and I've learnt their language to a degree as well. I'm not fluent by no means, but that's the least I could do, was learn their language, or try and learn their language. And I love it here. But I'm not here for the reasons why many expats do come here, you know, for a bit of floozy. I'm not here for that. And I never came for that. It's just seeing some of these people that get, you know, ripped off, money gone, girls gone. Sad stories. Anyway, guys, if you like the video, don't forget to subscribe, and of course, only if you like it. And if you like it, give me a thumbs up and share the video. And wherever you are in the world, take good care, guys. And thank you for dropping by and taking the time to watch this video. Thank you so much.